shed in those places.
That shit is actually going down, and guess what? You are going and you're paying for it, bro.
Tight. Yeah. Yep. That's real talk right
You
there,
just
man.
paying for somebody that just got murked, got erased, was taken out of here.
Keep that in mind for the future, people.
This is SouLivate.
I'm gonna ask you a personal question, right?
What do you got?
And
Yeah.
I've been thinking, and it goes back to everything that we're talking about. Like
Yeah.
you're a young, phenomenal, multiversed musician, right?
Thanks, man.
What
You
is
too.
what is your end game for your musical career?
Honestly, you know what's so funny?
This
My
is
friend
SouLivate.
Steven actually talked to me about this recently. My end goal, ultimately, as a producer and engineer, is to.
But you're more than that. You sing.
I am.
You
I do a lot of other
play,
stuff.
You do like.
Yeah,
what
those
is-
are the main ones, though.
What is the end game of your total music career? Like, what do you want to accomplish at the end of it all?
I want my music to save people. I mean, that's the best way to put it. I want my music to save people from making bad decisions. I want my music to make somebody want to get up in the morning and go harder and try harder and be better. And you know what? It also goes for the artists that I work with too. You know, because I have these conversations with artists when I'm down here, like, or I'm at other studios. I'll like ask them, like, what do you see for that? You know, what's your end goal? Because, you know, I'm the producer. Like, I'm just making the music around their initial visions for their lyrics, right? So they put the real meaning to the song there as, you know, writers.
You polish it up and shit.
Yeah. So my ultimate duty is to make music around what they want to speak about. But I mean, coming from my point of view, I always try to go into every song, whether it's mine, somebody else's, or like, you know, a group or whatever. I always try to go in with this mindset of like, let's do something good every time, no matter what it is. Even if they're talking some negative, you know, stuff that I don't agree with, or like, I know it's bad, you know, lyrically, you know, for the influence factor, I'm always going to try to make sure on my part I did the good. You know what I mean?
You do that
all the time.
So look,
All the
let
time.
me clarify more. I love your answer, and you know what it is? You know
Thanks,
what's
man.
crazy about you is
What?
I actually completely believe in your answer. That's a big difference, because a lot of motherfuckers can say, yo, I want to save lives, but I don't believe you, motherfucker. I don't believe you. But yo,
I stand on mine, man.
I believe you, man, because that's the kind of human being that you are. But here, let me kind of clarify more, right?
Please.
Like, is it making is it making $1 billion? Is it influencing 1 billion people? Is it being known worldwide? Like, what is the most important thing? Do you still stand on impact above all else?
I mean, yeah, I'd probably have to say so. I mean, because me, again, if I'm looking at like $1 million, like I know if I ever, when I get $1 million at some point in my life, that I want to use it for good, and I want to, you know, help other people. Like, we're not taking any of this wonderful stuff to the grave. Like, why am I going to sit here and just keep it for myself? You know, so if I can be that guy that's looked upon as like a leader, you know, for production, for engineering, and people can come up to me and say, yo, the way you made that record sound really made me think differently about my life. Or
It was what I said before. It gave you an idea to birth another idea,
Right.
bro. You know what I'm saying?
if I can inspire people to be greater amongst for themselves, that's my form of success. Like, I know I'm going to end up with a nice place at some point, you know, a decent car for myself, and like probably a lady and a dog. But like past that point, like, everybody wants to just be heard and be useful on this planet. So like, I'm gonna make sure I'm heard, I'm useful, and I make sure people are good. Like, I can't wait till, you know what's funny? I had a studio over in Morrisville, and we had a building, you know, me and my friends were like renting a room, right? Yeah. And there was this time I was driving to my studio, but I got hungry and I want to go to this pizza place across the street. And I sat there and I literally just went to go get pizza. I was just bugging. I was so tired. I was probably depressed as hell that day, right? I pull up out of the pizza shop with the box and all that, looking like a delivery kid, and this random kid on a bike pulls up on me. And I don't know this guy, but he just pulls up on me and he goes, yo, are you Spencer? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And he's like, dude, like, I listen to all your music. Like, I peep your Snapchats. Like, I'm on Instagram, and I've been keeping up. Like, you inspire me to produce and make beats because of your stories and what you put out there.
Unbelievable feeling, right?
Dude, I felt like a king. That is like that
like
feeling
you just got paid $1 billion, right?
Dude,
like,
that's how it felt,
that, right? Yeah.
No, I swear to God, like, I will take that feeling over $1 million every time, bro.
Yeah.
It's something that is unbelievably fulfilling.
Yeah.
That every producer, engineer, artist should always strive for the music.
Yo,
or creative.
I had this girl a few years, like must have been like 5-6 years on SoundCloud. She writes me, and she must have been like 17, 18, and she writes me. She goes, "Yo, NazareN, you saved my life."
Yeah, oh my God, that's incredible.
And she wrote me the whole story of how like her pops passed, and she found the music that helped her go through. Bro,
that is so amazing.
It was the crazy, and that's
awesome.
Basically, what I'm trying to say to all of you artists and all of you consumers of art is like, maybe, you know what I'm saying, we as a society should be really investing and pushing more into that feeling. You
Absolutely. Like, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And instead of we find ourselves where we are glorifying like actual killers and listen, man, if I put on a Keen Von or a Lil Durk, does that shit go hard? It goes hard.
Yeah, for sure, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to Planet Fitness when I'm playing that shit.
I'm not denying that shit, but then
I'm lifting my PR.
But then when I stop for a second and I think to myself, like, yo, he's actually talking about taking somebody out of here, bro. Like, actually.
Like, if you really dive into that, like, erasing somebody, it's not good. It's not healthy. It's not good.
It sucks. It's a funeral.
Yeah.
It's somebody's mama, somebody's sister, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all don't realize it because y'all are so like this. Y'all are like that, man. Because y'all are focused on the beat. Stop with the beats. The beats are cool. Listen to what he's saying.
And
listen to what he or she's saying.
And imagine a lot of because you like, we got to be real, right? Most of the consumers is the white America, because obviously the majority of this country is white, bro.
So do you ever wonder why though? Like, is it with rap you're saying? It's white America that like consumes the most of it?
No, it's just because
music.
Because music, period, in America, because there's more white people. There's only, if you look at the population, why are the Latinos and the black people called minorities? Because there's only about 14% of black people in America.
Copy that.
It's only because we live like in this area of America, the East Coast, that to us it looks like, you know what I'm saying, it's all mixed.
Yeah.
But if you travel throughout the United States, it's pretty white, bro.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm
crazy to think
saying?
about.
So what I'm talking about is like this suburban white kid somewhere in Minnesota. He's bumping the shit out of a Keen Von and shit.
42 Doug and Lil Baby, all that.
And to him, it's a cool story. But guess what? That shit is actually happening in Chirac, son.
Mm-hmm.
There's
blood being shed in those places.
That shit is actually going down. And guess what? You are going and you're paying for it, bro.
Type. Yeah. Yep. That's real talk right there, man. You just
paying for somebody that just got murked, got erased, was taken out of here, bro.
Keep that in mind for the future, people. Like, always remember what you're investing your money, your time into for art. You know, and I'm not trying to. I'm gonna put it like this too. I'm not trying to downplay any rappers that talk about this stuff, because there are rappers that have talked about stuff like this, but they're using it in a perspective way that they see it. It's a part of their life.
I want to make sure I clarify this so I don't sound like one of these, you know what I'm saying, old heads. They're like, yo,
let Unc speak.
This is all I'm saying to all of us, me included, is I think that we should be more responsible.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The way we approach this shit is just like that bottle of liquor in your hand, man. Be responsible, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that blunt or whatever that weird pink drug is you got from Kensington. Horse trank.
Nah, it's not only horse trank.
It's getting worse, isn't it?
Philly got wet. You know what wet is, right?
What the hell is
PCP?
Wet? It's called wet now?
We call it water. It's been called wet. In New
York, for real?
In New York, we say water, but you know what it is, right?
Well, PCP isn't that a drug? It's a psychedelic, right?
But bro, you know what it is?
No,
it's bombing fluid.
Are you
kidding me? Do you know what bombing fluid is?
I mean, I could take a guess.
That's what they use to preserve dead bodies, bro.
Yo,
We
what?
smoke that shit. Well, we used to. I used to.
I've only done weed. I ain't trying to do no psychs, but what? Bonding fluid?
You know
That's
what,
crazy.
You know what's crazy? We don't just drop shit just for no reason. The reason why we brought this up is, and I really wanted to find out from you, what do you feel when an artist thinks that they have to get high in order to create? And I want to ask you personally, were you ever throughout your career and your creative processes found yourself when you were, I don't know, smoking or drinking, where you like it either hindered you with creating or helped you with creating?
So I'll just start with my personal experience. So when I started out doing, smoking weed and such, like I would never smoke weed, get fried, and then cook up. Like I couldn't. I never really did that.
So it hindered you.
It hindered me. Yeah, I mainly smoked when I was with my friends and I was like, in a good social setting that I was comfortable in. Could I have done it while I was cooking up? Absolutely. I totally could have done that. But for the times that I tried and I was down here trying to be creative, it blew minds. I could not think straight. And that's just me. I'm a very in control, I just know I'm under the influence of something and I don't want to be kind of guy, so for me, I couldn't get into it. Now, as far as other people goes, artists doing it, I think my thing is with weed, I get it. If it enhances something and it does good for you, because people even with cancer, they smoke weed and it helps them, with their physical aspect. If rappers smoke it because it helps with their, emotional stability and their creative aspects, by all means. But certain drugs, in my opinion, I feel don't need to be used for it. I don't think PCP, if you're off coke or something, or I don't know, just horse trank, you're gonna be bent over like this, like a nutcase. I don't think you need to be doing all that.
So going back to that responsibility aspect, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that there's been a lot of pressure around music the past 10, 15, 20 years where it went from it was cool to sell drugs in your songs to it became cool to do drugs in the song?
Absolutely. There's so many songs that has come out since 2016 that has glorified using drugs for, the cool use factor of it. It's absolutely happened. It's been going on for a minute. But that's the thing. You go back to old school music and, older rap, even psychedelics in rock music and such and other genres, it was never put into songs where people talked about it like it was cool. They just did it. Now it's becoming
it's glorified.
It's glorified and people are starting to influence with it as such. I get it, same deal. If you want to talk about it as you do it, don't do it, or if you do it, here's me and that's it, fine. But don't talk about
especially Lean. Look at what happened with Lean, bro.
Lean's horrible.
That shit was everywhere.
Lucky. Yeah. Bro, Lucky. You know the rapper Lucky?
Nah, who that?
He was he was a SoundCloud rapper, at least that I knew about for a while. And he's starting to get a lean gut. And people are literally commenting in his freaking photos saying, get off the lean, bro. Stop doing it. It's going to kill you. People are starting to realize what it's doing, right? And how it's killing rappers and it's killing artists, period, long term. So that's good. We're, on the positive train. But still, it's a responsibility factor. Don't abuse it. People abuse things because they're caught in it. And it's peer pressure by people that are around their teams, their management, whatever the hell. It's
Look,
bad.
The label wants you to be high, bro.
Yo, they want you to.
They want you to be high.
Remember that.
Plus, you got to remember, they probably got side contracts with Big Pharma and all of that, where they're good with pushing that shit.
Yeah, they think it's cool.
So I think the moral of the story of this whole episode is
hell yeah.
I always hear people, we don't got gatekeepers in hip hop, or we don't got gatekeepers, let's say, in metal. I don't know if y'all do.
We do.
But you know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to lead back into is forget the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We as consumers, as artists, we can be more responsible.
Absolutely.
We don't have to. Y'all don't have to go out as a lost generation. Like, oh, them kids is lost. Like, look at how many artists we lost, bro. From Lil Peep to Mac Miller to Then hold on, who else OD? Didn't Juice WRLD OD or some shit too? Like,
yep, I believe he took a fake pill that his girl or somebody gave him, and she thought she was getting the pills or whatever that he was trying to get in the mindset they were real, but she didn't know, and she gave it to him, and he fucking died.
Listen, there's a lot of, to all you kids out there, there are a lot of, you know what I'm saying, straight in your mama's basement pills that are being made right now. You know what I'm saying? They're called street pharmaceuticals. They look exactly like the real shit, bro.
And it's horrible. Like, it's freaking messed up, man. And I advise y'all not to do none of that.
Somebody with a drug pass myself. You know what I'm saying? Again, we're not SouLivate. We're not trying to be like, you know what I'm saying, them old heads that are like, no, y'all are bad and we're good. No, we are saying, look, we've been through it ourselves and shit. And I think as artists and as consumers, I think we should just be more aware, like Spence said, and just be more responsible. Because imagine what a XXX could be by the time he's 40.
Dude, incredible.
He might have been...
Could have been incredible.
Playing symphonies and rapping over them and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like orchestras and such.
Or like a Juice WRLD. And we are losing these cats, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where we can have him here, man. You know what I mean? And
and you know what's another... Sorry to cut you off, but another thing too, even... We talk about drugs in this factor. You know what I mean? Even circling back to being responsible with gang lifestyle and, you know, bad things that come with that.
And glorifying that shit.
Look at young Dolph.
Yeah.
Look at young Dolph. Yeah. He died at a Waffle House?
Yeah.
You mean just got shot? Like,
yo, you seen Kodak Black lately, bro?
Yo, I was meaning to talk about that. Isn't he like on some junkie shit?
Bro.
Crazy. So sad, man. I saw the video. He was like on the ground and he looked like he was homeless. You know, like, what the hell?
You know what the big problem is?
What's that?
He got too many yes men around him that don't give a shit about him, that don't care about him. A homie that won't pull him to the side and tell him, look, I love you. You are amazing. Homie, let's go to a rehab, or let's take a trip, like disappear, like get your head straight. Let's go to Tibet or some shit, bro. Like climb a Mount Everest. It's like, dude, you know what I'm saying? My point is, there's no, like, imagine how sad it is. He's a big superstar. There's nobody around you that cares about you, Kodak.
I'm gonna tell you guys something real quick, and this is to follow up with that. Are you familiar with Mike Posner?
Nah.
So he's the one...
You be putting me on today.
I got a lot, man. Mike Posner is the one that did, I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool.
Yeah, I know that shit.
So that man right there, he dealt with losing, I believe, his father. And he had, from what I remember, was a serious drinking problem. And I think drugs as well too. I mean, well, yeah, pill and Ibiza. And he initially managed to get out of those cycles and go sober, and he uses literally his entire social media platform to influence people to do better with things. Wow. He was I don't know if he was the first artist or just, you know, whatever, but he did a walk across America. He walked across America as a damn hitchhiker and did it from literally it was the either east to the west or west to the east. I forget.
Love, man.
I think it was from west to the east. Started there, and he turned he climbed Mount Everest.
Wow.
Turned his whole life around and set goals for his life to get him out of that rut. And I think people like him are a prime example because he's also a rapper. He did what was the other fun song? Oh my God. It was the If I Could Write You a Song That Make You Fall in Love, I'll already have you under my arms. Like coming from like a semi-rapper period that he also was on, like back then, you know, being a part of culture. people like him are people that we should look up to story-wise.
And elevate them, right?
Absolutely.
Elevate. Yo,
Elevate.
that's a brilliant
SouLivate
story,
them.
man. That's a brilliant story that you just said. Yes.
It's such a good story, man.
Let's
It's
SouLivate
awesome.
them. What the man said.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like that one?
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying? Like our album In the Time of Raw, just to wrap this up, is it was the same idea behind, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to put light on the situation that was actually happening in Ukraine from within Ukraine. Like it was the scream of the people. It was the character that was going through the struggles and shit, you know what I'm saying? To bring light on it, that it's really happening, you know what I'm saying? So so man, that's an amazing story. And going back to the responsibility and going back to what we're saying, like, let's SouLivate these type of artists. That's gonna be the we gonna coin that term, bro.
You feel me?
Yeah.
SouLivate.
So listen, so basically let's put out our candidates and for this week, and then we can wrap up. So we
SouLivate.